Welcome everyone. Today's video is not just about English. It's about your brain. It's about reprogramming your mind to speak English naturally, fluently, and confidently. Without fear, without hesitation, and without thinking too much. You see, most people don't have a language problem. They have a brain problem. Their brain is trained to stay in their comfort zone, to avoid embarrassment, to fear mistakes, to wait for the perfect sentence before speaking. But let me tell you something important. The brain is a muscle. And just like you can train your body, you can train your brain. If you want to speak English like it's your first language, you have to teach your brain how to think, how to react, and how to express in English. And that's exactly what I'm going to help you do today. So make sure to subscribe if you're serious about speaking English with confidence. Let's begin. Tip 1. Think in English, not in your native language. This is the #1 brain training rule. Why? Because translation is your biggest enemy. When you think in your native language and try to convert it into English, your brain slows down. You feel stuck. You forget words. You panic. Let me show you what happens. Native thought to translation to grammar check to speak. Result equals delay, confusion, and hesitation. That's not fluency. That's friction. So how do you fix it? Start with simple thoughts in English, not full conversations, just small everyday thoughts. Example: where is my phone? I need to brush my teeth. I feel tired. Today is Monday. Let me check my bag. I like this shirt. These are baby thoughts, but they're powerful because your brain will begin to say, okay, I'm not translating anymore. This language is normal now. This is who I am. Start thinking in English, even if just 5 thoughts a day. Over time, it will become automatic. That's the first step to fluency. Tip 2. Speak out loud, even when you're alone. You cannot train your brain to speak English if your mouth is silent. Reading and listening are not enough. You must speak every single day, even if no one is around, even if you're shy, even if your English is broken. Speak out loud. Why? Because speaking out loud connects 3 things: your brain, your mouth, your confidence. It's like a muscle circuit. When you speak out loud, your brain tells your mouth, we're using English now. And your mouth learns the rhythm, the speed, the sound. Try this simple habit. Stand in front of a mirror and describe your day in English for just 2 minutes. Example: today I woke up at 7 a.m. I ate breakfast, 2 eggs and some tea. Now I am getting ready for work. It's okay if you pause. It's okay if you make mistakes. Just keep talking, because every second you speak, you are training your brain and your tongue to work together, like teammates. Over time, your confidence will grow. And when you talk to real people, it won't feel scary anymore. Tip 3. Repeat sentences daily until they become automatic. This is how the brain learns, not by reading once, but by repeating again and again. Think of your brain like a dirt road. When you walk on it once, it's just a line. But if you walk on it every day, it becomes a path. And eventually, it becomes a highway. Fast, smooth, automatic. That's how speaking works. So here's your brain training task. Choose 5 simple but powerful sentences every week. Repeat each sentence 10 times a day. Speak them with energy, with emotion, with your full voice. Examples: I believe in myself. My English is improving every day. Mistakes are my teachers. I speak clearly and confidently. English is becoming my second language. When you repeat these, you're not just saying words. You are building mental highways in your brain. You are telling your brain, this is the new system. This is the new me. And slowly, your mouth will speak without hesitation, because your brain is already prepared. Tip 4. Shadow native speakers. Copy their voice, tone, speed, and emotion. This tip is not just about listening. It's about imitating, copying, and mimicking exactly how native speakers talk. With the same tone, same rhythm, and same energy. This method is called shadowing. Why is it called shadowing? Because you are becoming the shadow of the speaker. They speak, you follow. They move their mouth, you move yours. They change tone. You copy it exactly. It's like learning music. You don't just read music. You copy the sound, the flow, the beat. The same thing happens with language. When you shadow a native speaker, your brain gets trained to follow the natural rhythm of real English. You start to feel the sentence, not just think about grammar. Let me break it down into steps. Step 1. Choose a 1-minute video or audio clip. Not a full movie, not a long podcast. Start small. Choose something clear, slow, and emotional, like a speech or a TED Talk or even a YouTube interview. Step 2. Listen once. Just listen. Focus on how the person is speaking. How fast are they going? Where do they pause? Do they sound excited, sad, angry, confident? This is not grammar class. This is rhythm class. Your brain is learning the sound of English. Step 3. Play it again. Pause after each sentence. Now the real shadowing begins. They say a sentence. You pause the video. And then you say the same sentence out loud, exactly like them. Same emotion, same pronunciation, same energy. Even if it feels strange, do it. Because this is how children learn. They don't study grammar first. They copy what they hear. Again and again and again. You are now doing the same, training your brain to feel the language. Step 4. Do this daily. 1 minute a day is enough in the beginning. But do it with full concentration. This is not background music. This is focused training. After 30 days of shadowing, your pronunciation will improve. Your speed will improve. But most importantly, your brain will stop thinking and start reacting. That is fluency. Because when you shadow real speakers, you train your brain to speak like them, not just understand them. And one day, without warning, you will find yourself speaking English in the same flow. Without fear, without thinking, without stopping. That's the magic of shadowing. Tip 5. Use English in real life. Don't keep it inside your study time. This is one of the most important tips in this entire video. If you want to speak English fluently, you cannot keep English locked inside a book. You cannot limit English to just 30 minutes of study. You cannot keep English inside the classroom, the textbook, or the exam paper. You have to bring English into your real daily life. Because your brain doesn't learn best when it's forced. Your brain learns best when it feels natural. Let me explain. Let's say you study English from 7 to 8 p.m. every day. That's great. But the problem is, your brain says, this is English time. After 8 p.m., English is over. So what happens? You return to your native language. You stop thinking in English. You stop using English. And your brain forgets what it learned by next morning. But what if English became part of everything you do? Let me show you how to make English a lifestyle, not just a subject. 1. Change your phone to English. It might feel weird at first, but this is powerful. You'll start seeing English every time you pick up your phone. Words like settings, notifications, password, download, Wi-Fi mobile data, these become automatic. You're training your eyes and brain to live in English. 2. Write your to-do list in English. Instead of writing your daily tasks in your own language, write, wake up at 6 a.m., go for a walk, finish the report, call mom, practice English for 30 minutes. This is brain reprogramming. You're telling your mind, English is part of my life, not just for exams. 3. Talk to yourself in English during the day. This might feel silly at first, but it works. When you're walking alone, cooking, cleaning, getting ready, just speak small thoughts in English. Let me find my keys. It's too hot today. I need to drink water. I'm going to make tea. These are not complicated sentences, but they train your brain to stop switching between languages. Soon your brain will accept, this is normal. This is how I think now. 4. Use English while doing daily tasks. Are you watching a cooking video? Watch it in English. Are you searching something on YouTube? Type it in English. Do you like music? Listen to English songs and try to understand the lyrics. Do you like movies? Turn on English subtitles. Read and listen at the same time. You don't need to understand 100%. Even 60% is enough to start building a habit. 5. Speak English with friends, even for 5 minutes. If you have a friend who is also learning English, make a rule. 5 minutes English challenge every day. Talk about simple things. Don't worry about grammar. How was your day? What did you eat? What are you doing now? This will push your brain to think fast, and the more pressure, the faster your fluency will grow. Why is this so important? Because your brain learns by repetition and environment. If your environment is full of your native language and you only touch English for 30 minutes, your brain will always treat English like a guest, not a family member. But when English enters your daily life, your brain accepts it as part of your identity. And the result? You don't speak English like a second language anymore. You speak it like a natural part of your daily life. Tip 6. Speak before you're ready. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The biggest reason people don't speak English is not because they don't know enough grammar. It's not because they don't have vocabulary. It's not even because they don't have time. It's because they are waiting for, when I learn more words, then I'll speak. When I feel confident, then I'll talk. When I know the full sentence, then I'll try. When I stop making mistakes, then I'll open my mouth. But this mindset is the trap. It looks safe, but it's dangerous. Because the truth is, that perfect moment will never come. You will always feel like, I'm not ready. What if I forget the word? What if they laugh at me? What if I make a grammar mistake? Let me tell you something very honest. You don't become ready before speaking. You become ready by speaking. That's how learning works. That's how children learn. That's how anyone learns any skill in the world. Imagine a baby learning to walk. They fall, they cry, they hit their head, but they don't say, I'll wait until I'm perfect at walking. They just walk, again and again and again. That's what you need to do. You need to speak when you're not ready. Because that moment of fear is your real classroom. That pressure, that heart-pounding moment, is where real growth happens. Let me give you examples of how you can apply this today. Example 1. You're in a shop and you need help. You feel nervous. You want to say, excuse me, where can I find the notebook? But your brain freezes. Now you have 2 options. 1. Stay silent and walk away. 2. Speak anyway, even if you say it wrong. If you choose option 2, even if your grammar is not perfect, your brain will get a message. We did it. We survived. We spoke. And the world didn't end. That is how confidence is built. Not by studying more, but by doing it scared. Example 2. You meet someone who speaks English. You're too shy to start the conversation. Your mind says, wait till next time. Don't wait. Say a simple sentence like, "Hi, how are you? Where are you from? Nice to meet you." These are not complicated, but the moment you speak them, your brain gets stronger. And that small victory becomes a big change. Because your brain is like a guard. It protects you from embarrassment, shame, mistakes, and rejection. But it also blocks your growth. To train your brain, you have to step outside the safety zone. When you speak English before you feel ready, you teach your brain something new. I can do difficult things. I can speak even if I'm scared. I don't need to be perfect. I need to be brave. And once your brain accepts that, fluency comes faster than you ever imagined. Remember this golden truth. Fluency is not born from perfection. It is born from courage. You will make mistakes. You will forget words. You will feel stupid sometimes. But that's how you grow. That's how you improve. That's how you become the person who speaks English confidently in any room, with any person, in any situation. You don't wait to be ready. You speak, and you become ready through experience. Tip 7. Visualize yourself speaking English fluently. Train your subconscious mind. This tip might surprise you, but it is one of the most powerful mental techniques used by Olympic athletes, public speakers, actors, and even language learners. And now, you're going to use it too. It's called visualization. What is visualization? It means using your imagination to see yourself doing something again and again with full detail and emotion until your brain begins to believe it's real. Yes, it sounds simple, but it is backed by science. Your brain cannot always tell the difference between something imagined clearly and something experienced in real life. So when you visualize yourself speaking English fluently, confidently, powerfully, over and over, your brain starts to accept that image as the new version of you. This is a nighttime ritual, a 5-minute practice that can transform your mind. Step 1. Close your eyes. Sit in silence. No distractions. Step 2. Now, in your mind, see yourself walking into a room full of people. You feel calm. You start speaking English. People listen. They nod. They smile. You continue talking, maybe sharing a story or giving your opinion. You are speaking clearly, confidently, naturally. You are not translating. You are not hesitating. You are flowing in English, like water. Step 3. Now feel the emotions. Feel your heartbeat slowing down. Feel your chest opening with pride. Feel the joy of expressing yourself without fear. Feel the freedom of being able to say what you think, anytime, anywhere. Step 4. Say these powerful lines in your mind. I am an English speaker. I speak with confidence. I express myself clearly and easily. English is becoming my second language. I am growing every single day. Repeat this every night or every morning before you start your day, because you are training not just your brain, but your subconscious mind. Your subconscious controls your habits, your emotions, your beliefs, your reactions. If your subconscious mind believes that English is difficult, scary, embarrassing, you will always struggle. But if you change that belief by visualizing a confident, fluent version of yourself, your subconscious starts to believe, this is who I am now. And slowly, your actions, your speech, your confidence, everything begins to change. You become what you repeatedly imagine. If you only study grammar, you train your memory. If you only memorize vocabulary, you train your head. But if you visualize fluency, confidence, and freedom, you train your identity. And once your identity changes, once your mind says, I am a fluent speaker, nothing can stop you. Because you are no longer learning English. You are living it. You are becoming it. Now that you've learned all 7 powerful tips, your brain is no longer the same. You've taken your first step into a new world. A world where English is not a struggle, but a natural part of who you are. From thinking in English, to speaking out loud, to repeating sentences, to shadowing real speakers, to living in English daily, to speaking before you feel ready, to visualizing fluency every day. You now have the exact tools to train your brain to speak English fluently, confidently, and proudly, no matter where you are in the world. You are not behind. You are not weak. You are in training. And every single day you practice these tips, you move one step closer to the speaker you dream to become. Your fluency is not in the future. It starts right now.